Hi, I'm Spencer Mayhew from Stanley Black & Decker. I'm here to talk to you today about stud sensors and some of the common mishaps that users find when trying to use these properly. One of the most common troubles that somebody will run into is actually calibrating the unit to get started. It's the most important step in the process to make sure that what you are finding in the wall and what you're sensing is actually accurate. So I'll get started here. I have a wall set up with some studs behind it, as well as some electrical and a pipe. This is our Stanley 300, FatMax 300 stud sensor model, and this will detect metal, this will detect wood, as well as AC. So the first thing that you want to make sure of, which is hard to know until you try to calibrate it, is that you're actually, you can't calibrate on a stud. So you want to be calibrating off of a stud. So the best way to know that, if you calibrate on a stud, first off, the first step is pressing flat against the material, pressing the button, let it go through its sequence of sounds. Once it stops and all the lights are off, then you start moving the stud sensor, keeping the button pressed the whole time. This one, I just to show you that it doesn't work very well when you calibrate it over a stud. When I come off the stud, even when I get to the next stud, it's not telling me that there's a stud. It's not telling me the presence of a stud. That's because I calibrated over a stud. Now, you're not going to know that until after you calibrate. So if that's the case and I'm not picking up anything in the wall, what I'll do is I'll actually move the stud sensor 6 inches to the left or right from where I originally started and start the calibration process over. So again, laying flat against the wall, press and hold the button until it's calibrated, and then you start moving, and you will pick up the studs. Now this is telling me that I've got the center of the stud, and as you can see, I'm pretty close to the center of the stud there. This unit will also pick up AC, but again, you can't be trying to calibrate the unit over the AC in order to sensor properly. I have AC hooked up here, and you can see the buttons, the light starts to light up, and that means there's a presence of AC there. When I get away from it, it'll stop. Now there are other factors that impact the effectiveness of a stud sensor on a wall, which include the moisture in the wall, or if there's any static charge in the wall. But following these general steps in calibration ensures that you get this set up the right time, the right way, and that you are sensing things accurately. Okay, as I just showed you, the calibration process is a good way to ensure that you find everything you're looking for on the wall. This calibration process, regardless of the model, whether it be the S100, the S150, the S200, or S300, is going to be the same. Again, press it flat against the surface that you're trying to calibrate to and find things in. Hold the button, wait for the unit to stop doing its lighting up and doing its thing, making the sounds. When everything stops and this green light appears and all the other lights are gone and there's no more beeping, then you start scanning. And again, if you don't find anything, move 6 inches to the left or to the right and try the calibration process again. But again, this same process, no matter what model you have, still applies.